sasabihin ay maka-Duterte kami. Yan ang sinasabi. Kaya nyo ginagawa yung hearing na yan kasi maka-Duterte kayo. Alam nyo mga kababayan, kapag hindi po tayo tumigil sa ganitong paniniwala, hindi tayo aasenso. Kami po ay inhalal ninyo para maging tagapagsalita po ninyo, maging boses po ninyo.
On August 24, 2024, at least 2,000 PNP personnel led by General Nicolas Torre III and acting under the directives of PNP Chief General Romel Marbil entered the KOJC compound supposedly to serve an arrest warrant. However, what appears to be an arrest operation has already turned into a siege as PNP personnel have been occupying the said private property without proper authority, raising serious concerns about the legitimacy of the operation.
Makikipag-usap kami doon sa mga pulis, ayaw makipag-usap sa amin. Hindi naman ako nag-iimbestiga, gusto ko lang kamustahin dahil alam naman lahat na PCCR ako, criminology ako, nangarap ako maging pulis. Tumabi ako sa mga pulis, nakikipagkwentuhan ako, ayaw makipag-usap sa akin, pambihira. Paano tayo matatapos, mga kababayan, kung sana, Chairman, ang maging dulo nitong pagdinig na to, matapos ang kalbaryo ng KJOC. Matapos ang kawawa yung mga polis doon, tinatanong ko, 24 hours, palit-palit. Ngayon, kung sa tingin nyo lahat, nakakatulong sa bayan to, nasa inyo po yan. Pero sa akin, ang pakiusap ko sa inyo, malinaw ang saligang batas na paghihiwalay ng simbahan at estado. Sana po, yun tayo lahat mag-umpisa. Bago po natin to palahin, bago tayo magsisihan, ang KJOC, simbahan po ito.
The 13-day operation at the KOJC compound has raised questions from citizens on the integrity and legality of the said operations. Are these operations being done by the PNP still within the bounds of the law? Are the rights of the Filipinos being respected and protected? These are the critical questions that demand answers. The Senate hearing is an opportunity not only for us, the Baweños, but for all Filipinos to understand why these events are unfolding in this manner.
Thank you for allowing us to use this facility. And also to the Mayor of Davao City, Mayor Sebastian Duterte, for hosting us here in your city. Thank you, Mayor. Today, we conduct this hearing and investigation in aid of legislation regarding the privileged speech on the PNP operation in KOJC, delivered by this representation on August 27, 2024. At this juncture, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Robin Hood Padilla, member of this committee, and later on, Senator Christopher Bongo will be joining us. And supposed to be Senator Amy Marcos, but for some reasons, she's not available at this point in time. May I request Attorney Andre Mortel, our committee secretary, to please acknowledge our resource persons present today.
Ngayong hapon sa inyong tanan, Mr. Chairman, magandang hapon po. From the Department of Interior and Local Government, we have Attorney Juan Victor R. Llamas, Undersecretary for External, Legal, and Legislative Affairs. With him is Attorney Lord A. Villanueva, Undersecretary for Operations and Assistant Secretary for, and we also have Attorney Romeo Benitez, Assistant Secretary for Legal and Legislative Affairs. With him is Attorney Ross Rafael T. Bascuño. From the Department of Justice, we have Attorney Oliver Sanyel, City Prosecutor. We have from the Davao City, the Honorable Mayor Sebastian Z. Duterte. Good morning, sir. And with him is Vice Mayor Melchor Bikitain Jr. From the Department of Social Welfare and Development, Region 11, we have Attorney Vanessa B. Gokong, Director 4. From the Commission on Human Rights, for Region 11, we have Regional Director Junit Rose F. Baroquillo. From the Integrated Bar of the Philippines Davao Chapter, President of the IBP, Attorney Aiza May Kanda. From the NAPOLCOM, we have Vice Chairperson and Executive Officer Alberto A. Bernardo. From the National Bureau of Investigation, we have Regional Director for Southeastern Mindanao Regional Office, Attorney Arcelito Albao. From the Commission on Higher Education, Region 11, Director Maricar R. Casquejo. From the Department of Education, Region 11, we have Dr. Rebon Famil Baguio. From the Jose Maria College Foundation Incorporated, we have Attorney Kathleen K. M. Laurente and Attorney Dina Tolentino Fuentes, Legal Counsel. From the Lyceum of the Philippines, Davao, we have Dr. Kenny James Merino. From the Philippine National Police, we have for Director Operations, Police Brigadier General Nicolas Salvador. Representing Special Action Force PNP, we have Police Colonel Rex Arvin T. Malimban. From the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, CIDG PNP, we have Police Colonel June Mark Lagare. We also have Police Brigadier General Nicolas Torre III, our Regional Director for Region 11. We also have Police Colonel Alberto Lupas, Davao City Police Office, PRO 11. From the identified sector supervisors in the KOJC area, we have Police Colonel Perlito Jose Mejia, Police Lieutenant Colonel Butch Ian Menyosa, Police Colonel Antonio Alberio Jr., Police Colonel Hansel Marantan, Police Colonel Joseph Orsos. From the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, KOJC, we have Executive Minister Mr. Marlon Acobo, Executive Secretary Ms. Elnor Cardona, Minister Carlo Catiil, Attorney Israelito Torion, Dr. Lorraine Badoy, and Mr. Darwin Salcedo. From SMNI, we also have Mr. Jay Sonsa. That is all, Your Honors. Thank you.
Thank you, Kumsek. Mayong hapon, kanatong tanan. First of all, I wish to express my gratitude to the City Government of Davao for sharing this space with us. In the midst of all the things that seek to divide us and pit us against each other, ang mga Davaoenyo wala nagpahuyang-huyang. For years now, we have always prided ourselves on being one of, if not, the safest city in the country. Here, where you can leave your cell phone or laptop on tables to reserve your seats at a fast food chain, where huge sums of money or gadgets left inside taxis are returned to their rightful owners. And yes, where the community love and support their PNP. And the PNP love and support the community. Sa tuwing sinasabi ng isang taga Davao na ligtas ang kanyang lungsod, hindi po ito urban legend. Ito isang buhay na katotohanan. Lately, however, impressions to the contrary have been circulating. Nevertheless, as we come together this afternoon, we not only prove these naysayers wrong, but we also show what we are made of. In spite of it all, life is still here. But the more pressing matter now is the question of human rights. Just this morning, we conducted an ocular inspection on the Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound. Thousands of PNP personnel have been there since August 24. Counting today, 13 days have passed for this operation that has required the combined number and force of 4 regions. Marahil ang ilan sa atin, 13 days na rin hindi nakakauwi sa pamilya. Mga estudyante at empleyadong 13 days na rin hindi nakikita ang kanilang paaralan o opisina. I would not be surprised to find out that most, if not all, of our PNP personnel find themselves in the same situation. May tinatanong ko kanina na mga taga-ibang region na pulis, 13 days na rin daw talaga silang hindi nakaka-uwi at walang matinong tulog at ligo. Sa totoo lang, naawa ako sa mga PNP personnel na ina-assign sa QJC compound. Isipin nyo, halos 2 linggo na silang nag-barricade. Nakapag-detect na sila ng heartbeat sa ilalim ng lupa. Nag-implementa pa ng whole of government approach noong naghukay sila sa basement ng school campus. Ngunit hindi pa rin naging successful ang implementasyon ng warrant of arrest. Hindi pa rin makita ang dapat makita. Sa paningin tuloy ng mga tao, mukhang may kakulangan sa ating mga pulis. Lalo pa nalaman ng balita ngayon kung paano nahuli kaagad ng Indonesian National Police ang mga taong pinaghahanap ng ating gobyerno. And I wonder if high confidence can compensate for low returns and low morale. Especially if the latter two come allegedly at the expense of our most fundamental human rights. Thank you sa inyong pakikinig. I would like to yield the floor to my colleague, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, for his opening statement. You have the floor, Your Honor.
A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Bismillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pagbati po sa inyong lahat ng kapayapaan, awa at pagpapala po ng nag-iisang Diyos. Ako po ay nagpupugay unang-una sa chairman po ng komite, Senator Bato de la Rosa, ng amin pong pinagmamalaki, balls of steel. Siya po ang aming pambato, pinakamatapang na senador. Isa pong karangalan ang mapatabi sa kanya sa oras na ito. At pangalawa po, nagpupugay din po ako sa mayor ng Davao City, Mayor Baste Duterte. At sa lahat po ng mga panauhin namin sa pagpupulong na to, mabuhay po sa PNP, mabuhay sa ating po mga taga-gobyerno, at siyempre po sa KOJC. Peace be with you. Ako po ay bago sa larangan ng politika. Bagamat ang aking pamilya ay matagal na pong nasa politika. Pero ako po ay kailanman hindi ako nagnais na mapasok sa politika. Siguro dahil sa mga sitwasyon na ganito. Ito po ay para sa akin ang una nating dapat isiping lahat ay ang konstitusyon ng Pilipinas. Yan po ang pinakamataas na batas, ang saligang batas. At sana po, bilang tayo po ay nasa gobyerno at ang mga kasama naman po natin sa KJOC, tayo pong lahat ay Pilipino at tayo po minsan nagkasama-sama dahil sa pagmamahal po natin sa bayan natin at tayo po ay sumusunod sa konstitusyon. Sana po ang pakiusap ko sa dalawang panig sa usapin po ng pagdinig nito, wala po ditong sasabihin ay maka-Duterte kami. Yan ang sinasabi. Kaya nyo ginagawa yung hearing na yan kasi maka-Duterte kayo. Alam niyo mga kababayan, kapag hindi po tayo tumigil sa ganitong paniniwala, hindi tayo aasenso. Kami po ay inhalal ninyo para maging tagapagsalita po ninyo, maging boses po ninyo. At dito po sa usapin nito, wala po kami ditong pinapanigan. Ang pinapanigan namin kung ano ang sinasabi ng saligang batas. Yun po ang susundin natin. Doon po tayo pupunta lahat pagkatapos ng usapin nito. Kahit anong ihampas nyo sa amin dito na batas na ginawa lang namin sa Senado, sa Kongreso, hindi po yan pwedeng manaig sa saligang batas. Kaya mga kababayan, sa usapin nito, sana ang pakiusap po natin sa lahat kung paano po tayo magkakaroon ng katahimikan, kapayapaan. Paano natin ito matatapos nang wala po tayong sinasagasaan na kahit na anong karapatan ng inosente. Doon po sa mga sinasabi na may nagrereklamo sa kanila, wala po tayong ano dyan. Kailangan nilang sagutin ang sinasabi ng batas. Pero doon po sa mga taong walang kinalaman, nakikiusap po ako sa inyo, malinaw po ang paghihiwalay ng simbahan at ng Estado. Kanina po, maaaring sasabihin ng karamihan na si Robin Padilla, ex-convict yan. Ano ba? Alam niyo, sa totoo lang ho, naiyak ako kanina nung pumasok ako sa katedral ng KJOC. Muslim ako. Pero naging kaugalian ko na po yung pag pumapasok ako ng kahit anong simbahan, nag-aalis po ako ng sapatos. Pero kanina, hindi ko po nakilala na katedral yon, hindi po ako nakapag-alis ng sapatos dahil huli na po nung sinabi sa akin na katedral pala yun. At sa dami po ng tao kanina doon, hindi ko na po alam kung investigasyon ba yun ng Senado o investigasyon ng media. 2 beses po akong naitulak, tinamaan ng kamera. May mga bagay sa Pilipinas, mga kapatid, mga kababayan, hindi naman puro sensationalize natin. May mga bagay na kailangan naming magtrabaho. Paano po tayo magtatrabaho kung hindi kami makalapit doon sa gusto nyong... Makikipag-usap kami doon sa mga pulis, ayaw makipag-usap sa amin. Hindi naman ako nag-iimbestiga. Gusto ko lang kamustahin dahil alam naman lahat na PCCR ako, criminology ako, nangarap ako maging pulis. Tumabi ako sa mga pulis, nakikipagkwentuhan ako, ayaw makipag-usap sa akin. Pambihira. Paano tayo matatapos? Mga kababayan, kung sana, Chairman, ang maging dulo nitong pagdinig na to, matapos ang kalbaryo ng KJOC, matapos ang kawawa yung mga pulis doon, tinatanong ko, 24 hours, palit-palit. Ngayon, kung sa tingin nyo lahat, nakakatulong sa bayan to, nasa inyo po yan. Pero sa akin, ang pakiusap ko sa inyo, malinaw ang saligang batas sa paghihiwalay ng simbahan at Estado. Sana po, yun tayo lahat mag-umpisa. Bago po natin to palahin, bago tayo magsisihan, ang KJOC, simbahan po ito. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Your Honor, Senator Robin Padilla. As we begin this investigation in aid of legislation, may I request the COMSEC, to administer the oath of the resource persons present today.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. If everybody can please kindly stand up and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this public hearing and investigation? Thank you. Mr. Chairman, the oath has been administered.
Thank you, COMSEC. For orderly conduct of today's hearing, we shall structure the discussion on a per-issue basis. Number one, the alleged violations of the civil and political rights of the KOJC members, the students, their parents, and other individuals. Number two, on the allegation that a hole is being dug at the basement of the Jose Maria College, resulting in damage to property. Number three, the alleged rescue of individuals during the August 24 operation. Number four, the effectiveness of the equipment being used. Yung nagsasabi na mayroong heartbeat na namumonitor, kaya tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ginagawa ng ating kapulisan. Number five, the temporary protection order and the CA decision nullifying such order. With that, I would like to give the floor to Honorable Sebastian Duterte, the City Mayor of Davao, to deliver his opening statement.
Honorable members of this committee led by Senator Aquilino Pimentel, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, the presiding officer, Senator Robin Hood C. Padilla, the PNP, ladies and gentlemen, mayong hapon sa inyong tanan. On behalf of my fellow Davaoenos, we welcome the Senate Committee on Justice and Human Rights and the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs to Davao City. We are honored to have our esteemed senators elected by millions of Filipinos here today to help us seek answers and clarity on the recent happenings at the Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound in line with the PNP's implementation of an arrest warrant against specific individuals. On August 24, 2024, at least 2,000 PNP personnel led by General Nicolas Torre III and acting under the directives of PNP Chief General Romel Marbil entered the KOJC compound supposedly to serve an arrest warrant. However, what appears to be an arrest operation has already turned into a siege as PNP personnel have been occupying the said property, private property, without proper authority, raising serious concerns about the legitimacy of the operation. The 13-day operation at the KOJC compound has raised questions from citizens on the integrity and legality of the said operations. Are these operations being done by the PNP still within the bounds of the law? Are the rights of the Filipinos being respected and protected? These are the critical questions that demand answers. The Senate hearing is an opportunity not only for us, the Davaoenos, but for all Filipinos to understand why these events are unfolding in this manner. If the PNP, the very institution that is mandated to uphold the law, is the one who violates it, where can the ordinary citizen turn for justice and protection? Who will defend the rights of those who are powerless? We respect the implementation of any warrant as long as it is within the law and does not trample on the constitutional rights of others. It is our firm belief that the pursuit of justice must never come at the expense of fairness and due process. The Davaoenos are peace-loving people, and we take immense pride in our city's long-standing peace and order, which we all worked hard to sustain over the years. This is a product of the great collaboration among the law enforcement agencies, the LGU, and the public. We are committed to maintaining this harmony, and we will continue working towards a safe peaceful Davao City for all. Mr. Chair, esteemed members of this committee, I thank you once again for this opportunity. We just want answers. We look forward to a productive and insightful discussions. Daghang salamat. May hapon sa inyong tanan. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor Duterte. Vice Mayor Kitain, you have an opening statement? Thank you. Who else would like to deliver his opening statement? General Torre, you have opening statement?
I would like to defer, sir, after the presentation of the issues, sir.
Okay.
Thank
you. Human Rights Commission. Are the human rights? Do you have an opening statement?
Good afternoon, Your Honors, and everyone here in the public inquiry. First and foremost, the Commission on Human Rights is thankful that we are continuously being invited as resource person during these inquiries. Our chairperson regrets he could not attend this specific inquiry due to pressing concerns from the central office. The Commission on Human Rights, I would just like to inform everybody that we are continuously monitoring and reporting the incidents that are taking place in the KOJC compound. We report all of this to the central office, and that I know that there's an immediate call for the conclusion of our human rights investigation, but we would like to express to inform everybody that we have to conduct a thorough investigation. In that case, we should have substantial evidence in order to conclude our human rights, our investigations. And for that, we appeal before the parties here, the KOJC and the PNP as well, to take notice of our letter request for statements and affidavits po. So that will help us since there's a call for the immediate conclusion of our investigation. So that will be all for now, Your Honors.
Thank you, Human Rights. Mas turo sana yung investigation ninyo kung sumama kayo sa amin kanina doon sa...
Your Honor, I was there po.
Nandun ka?
Yes po, Your Honors.
Nandun ka?
And since day one po, the Commission on Human Rights is always there to monitor.
Kanina yung...
Kanina po, nandun po kami. We are six, I myself was there.
Doon sa...
Yes po, sir.
Sa
Yes,
ilalim.
Your Honor. Yes, Your
Napunta
Honor.
ka?
Nandun din po kami sa medyo pasilip-silip sa ilalim ng mga paa dahil hindi din namin nakikita. And we were having a hard time following sa inyo kasi pag nakaalis na kayo, doon medyo kumukonte yung tao. Doon kami mas thoroughly nakakatingin at nakaka-observe ng mga bagay-bagay sa basement, sa cathedral. So nagpapahuli na lang din po kami para makaka-observe ng mas maayos. Kasi as mentioned po na Senator Robin Hood Padilla, medyo masyadong madami din, hindi din masyadong ma-appreciate yung ocular inspection. But we were there, Your Honors.
Mabuti. Maraming salamat. Alam mo, human rights, very important yan. Not only for the human rights of the KOJC members, also the human rights of the police na andun. Ha?
Yes, Your Honors. We are taking into consideration as well, of course, allegations of human rights violations from both sides po. So pareho po namin tinitingnan lahat ng mga incidents. We just need clear, we do have videos and coverage, but of course we have to identify the names and the specific victims po.
Can this committee request a copy of your investigation report? If it's done already, please submit to this committee
Yes, Your Honors.
for our reference, okay?
Yes po, Your Honor. The regional office on our level po, we submit our reports and our recommendations to the central office. It is our chairperson and the other commissioners who will decide on the findings of human rights violation eventually. But I will relay to them, Your Honors, this particular request of furnishing you copy of the findings.
Please relate to them. Your bosses there in the national office are actively participating in this inquiry. So,
Yes,
pakisabi na lang kung meron na kayo. Kasi kayo naman on the field, nagkakandak na investigation, di ba?
Yes,
Pagpasa nyo doon, sabihin nyo, bigyan ka agad yung committee
Yes,
namin.
yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else want to deliver her opening statement? from the government agencies. Napolcom, you want to deliver your, do you have an opening statement? Wala.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. None at the moment. We will be responding as the questions are being asked.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And I would like to thank you for traveling to Davao City. That goes to show that you are concerned, very much concerned about this issue. So, salamat at nagpunta ka dito. Next, may we hear from the ALG? Yeah, you have the floor, sir.
Your Honor, on the part of the DALG, we express our support, our respect, and our cooperation with this committee, and we share the committee's desire to see that the rule of law, human rights, and maximum tolerance and respect for the Constitution is upheld. Yun lang po, Your Honor.
So you also travel from Manila, Yusek?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Thank you. Salamat. Anyone else gusto mag-opening statement? Torito yun. You have the floor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In behalf of the KOJC, Your Honors, as well as the JMC, we would like to express our heartfelt thanks for conducting this Senate hearing this afternoon. This really comes as a gift to us, especially in the light of the fact that we have been under attack. We would like to begin by quoting People versus Arota, Your Honor, where the Supreme Court said that it is simply not allowed in a free society to enforce a law, or to violate a law rather, to enforce another, especially if the law violated is the Constitution itself. What we are seeing here, actually, Your Honor, is the rape of the 1987 Constitution in the guise of the enforcement of a warrant of arrest. We feel, Your Honor, deeply that while we may concede that there is indeed a warrant of arrest, the validity of which is still under question before the Court of Appeals, we feel that the same should not be used as a license to violate fundamental rights of citizens, of third persons, not included in the warrant of arrest. In this case, Your Honor, from the get-go, when General Torre allegedly served the warrant of arrest, we already informed him that the warrant he was bringing was only one, that of a person in the name of Sylvia Simanes with an address in Pasig City. We felt that if he was informed if he was given that information, he would adjust and look for other copies of the warrant. We know that we may be served with other copies of the warrant, but until now, there is no service. The warrant of arrest was used to destroy the rights of individuals. Tear gases were used, and despite the clear evidence to the contrary, PNP denies this. Freedom of religion, where the cathedral itself has been denied usage to the members. The warrant of arrest has likewise been used as a license to conduct random as well as omnibus search to all the properties in the KOJC compound. It has likewise been used as a license to turn the property into a police garrison where members cannot anymore freely use the school as well as the cathedral as well as numerous rooms located therein. So therefore, Your Honor, we thank you for this opportunity, for giving us a breather. We are hoping and praying earnestly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that after this hearing, Your Honor, the police or the PNP leadership would realize that indeed they may be serving a warrant of arrest, but in the service of such warrant of arrest, they should bear in mind the fundamental rights likewise of third persons, not actually mentioned in the said warrant of arrest. Your Honors, the violations here and the evidences are overwhelming. And we hope, Your Honor, that this can be corrected soonest and fast. And we have actually presented, Your Honor, a blow-by-blow accounts of what transpired from August 24 until today, Your Honor, where even the temporary protection order, which was lawfully issued by the regional trial court on the third day, this was brazenly violated. The temporary protection order was a clear order, Your Honor, which provided supposed judicial relief to third persons who are not affected by the warrant of arrest. The temporary protection order was directed against the restrictions and control being employed by the PNP, which led to grave violations to the constitutional right of third persons to their right to life, liberty, property, and even security. And that is why they were ordered right away to cease and desist from performing any act or omission that violates the petitioner's rights to life, liberty, or property, and they were ordered to remove any blockade or barrier that may hinder the petitioner's rights to life, liberty, or property. But what happened after that, Your Honor, was that the cathedral was likewise barred and cordoned, and no member can anymore pray therein. The JMC school was likewise cordoned, and no student can likewise use the same. Even the hangar was controlled by the policemen, and even the lawns and gardens cannot anymore be used by the members despite and in spite of the effectivity of the temporary protection order. We see therefore, Your Honor, here a wanton violation by the police despite the fact that they took an oath to serve and protect. And we pray, Your Honor, that we will be given the chance to show a blow-by-blow account of the various and wanton violations made by the police against the constitutional rights of the members of KOJC and Davaoenos in general, Your Honor.
So you have prepared a presentation?
Yes, Your Honor, we have prepared a presentation, Your Honor, where we will show all the violations committed by the police.
You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, please.